The Scottish Shindig, the best in Scottish dance music and song.
Well, hello and a very warm welcome to another Scottish Shindig. And it's Andy in the hot seat, sitting in for you this week, and we've got a great programme of music, song and some humour as well. So sit back, relax and enjoy the show. I look forward to hearing from you. Well, there we go, and we'll get straight in with Tom Orr's band and Diddly iPod, a great set from Tom Orr here. Well, what a track to get us started. If you were feeling slightly sleepy after your tea, I'm quite sure that's you waking up now, and we'll get straight on with Gordon Patillo from his album The Accordion. Sorry, I should say that last track was, of course, Tom Orr, and it's called Diddly iPod from his Off the Beaten Track album. Great stuff. And this is another great album. It's just called The Accordion, and it came from Gordon Patillo, I think, a couple of years ago now. And here he takes his ideas onto the Jacqueline polka. Well, outstanding playing, of course, from Gordon Patillo and the Jacqueline Polka. A retake on a very familiar tune, and a lovely one at that. That was from his album The Accordion. And we head back in time to John Ellis and his Highland Country Band, this time for a Highland Scottish. So if you've room in the kitchen, get yourself moving. Well, did you manage a Scottish? That was John Ellis and his Highland Country Band with a Highland Scottish, and I'm afraid I don't know all the names of them, but it's a great set anyway. Well, time to catch your breath, and a few weeks ago I played a track by a guy called Davy Cormack, and Davy has been very busy in the last few weeks and he's brought out yet another album. And this is a track from his Celtic album, and it's one of his own compositions. It's a lovely air, and it's called Reese Boy, which was written for his grandson Reese. Well, isn't that a bonny tune? That's called Reese Boy, and that was composed by Davy Cormack, played by Davy Cormack, and all the sounds and instruments there were arranged and recorded by him. So a lovely track. And Davy featured on Moira Kerr's programme just this week, and the reason being that he's an interesting guy to listen to, but he also was Moira's musician and arranger. And just on that theme, our first song of the evening will come from Moira Kerr, and here she is with the Island of Tyree.
When first I saw the island of Tyree, surrounded by the great Atlantic Sea, the sky was clear, the sun was shining down on the lovely sandy shoreline all around. The ferry leaves from Oban every day and passes Tobermory on the way. Then just beyond the lovely Isle of Calm is Tiree, the most beautiful of all. There are so many wild and pretty flowers. To try to name them all would take 4 hours. And then the birds, 100 kinds and more, nestling on the white sands by the shore. The fairy leaves from Auburn every day and passes Tobermory on the way. Then just beyond the lovely Isle of Calm is Tiree, the most beautiful of all. The ferry leaves from Auburn every day and passes Tobermory on the way. And then just beyond the lovely Isle of Calm is Tiree, the most beautiful of all. Is Tiree, the most beautiful of all.
Well, a lovely song, beautifully sung by Moira Kerr. That was, of course, the island of Tiree, and quite possibly Davy Cormack playing in the background, I'm not sure, but lovely song from Moira Kerr. And we come to the first request, and it's hello Andy and fellow Shindiggers, the gruesome twosome Bill and Marie, hope you are all well. Can you please play The Ornithologist by Gordon Patillo? Thanks Andy, and thank you Bill and Marie for your kind comments. And unfortunately I've got to disappoint you, but I don't think you'll be that disappointed. I don't have Gordon Patillo, or I couldn't find Gordon Patillo playing it, but I do have, if I remember correctly, the man who wrote it playing it, Freeland Barber, and if I've got that wrong I'm quite sure somebody will be quick to correct me. But here for you, Bill and Marie, is Freeland Barber with The Ornithologist. That was, of course, Freeland Barber with The Ornithologist, and that was for Bill and Marie, and I hope you enjoyed that one, both of you. I had a wee chuckle there because I saw Julie had put a wee comment on, and I'm not sure whether she's been doing a rumba to the music or had a couple of rums. I think it's the second when I look at the typing, but I hope you're having a good time anyway, Julie. So the next track, we head to Ian McPhail, and this is a track called The Musselburgh Reel. Well, that was a great sound of Ian McPhail and his band, and that was, of course, from the album Pride of Edinburgh, one of my favourite albums. That's a great track. Well, we head further north than Edinburgh, and we're really north, and it's Brandon McPhee, but he's going to head west and play some Irish reels. Great set from Brandon McPhee, nearly catching me out at the end. I remembered there was no chord. But great set of Irish reels from Brandon McPhee, and that's from quite a while ago, I think, that one, but great nonetheless. And we'll stay in Ireland for another song, and this comes from the fine box player himself, Dermot O'Brien. And I'm sure you'll know the song, but sing along if you do. It's Galway Shoal.
Near Oranmore, in the county Galway, one pleasant evening in the month of May, I spied a damsel. She was young and handsome, her beauty fairly took my breath away. She wore no jewels, nor costly diamonds, no paint nor powder, oh no, not at all. She wore a bonnet with a ribbon on it, and around her shoulders was the Galway shawl. We kept on walking, she kept on talking, till her father's cottage came into view. Said she, "Come in, sir, and meet me father, and play to please him provide you." Oh, I played of the blackbird and the stack-a-body, Rodney's glory and the funny dew. She sang each note like an Irish linnet, and the tears stood in her eyes of blue. 'Twas early, all in the morning, I hit the road for old Donegal. Said she, "Goodbye, sir." She cried and kissed me, but my heart remained with that Galway shawl. She wore no jewels, nor costly diamonds, no paint nor powder, oh no, none at all. She wore a bonnet with a ribbon on it, and around her shoulders was the Galway shawl.
Well, a lovely track from Dermot O'Brien, and that was the Galway Shawl. And it's back to the requests, and this request, it's from Mary Kemp. Hi Mary, and it says "To Yell and Back" by Peter Wood Band. Now, I had some problems with the database this afternoon, and I couldn't find "To Yell and Back." I did find a wee tune that I played before in the Shindig a couple of months back, maybe 3 or 4 months back, and it's called "Yell for a Polka," and it comes from Peter Wood Band, and it's a great wee tune. So Mary, I hope you enjoy this one. Here it is, Peter Wood Band with "Yell for a Polka." Great stuff from Peter Woodband. That was Yell for a Polka for Mary Kemp. And Mary, I see you've messaged to say that was the tune you were looking for. That's great how it works out sometimes. Well, the next track, it's a request, or a dedication I should say. Hi Andy, could you say a happy belated birthday to Davina Dobson? Her birthday was on the 25th, from Andrew and Elizabeth Brown. Many thanks. Well, for you Davina, happy birthday for the 25th, and here is Roger Dobson and the Scottish Dance Band with some jigs. Well, that was Roger Dobson and the Scottish Dance Band live from Benty Hall, and that was for Davina Dobson for your birthday on the 25th, and that was from Andrew and Elizabeth Brown. So we move. Hope you enjoyed that, Davina. And the next track is a request also. It comes from Joanne Renton. Joanne says, hi Andy, is it possible to have Slave Namon played by Declan Ainger for all my friends and yourself, Susan, and the listeners? Thank you. Well, I don't have Declan doing that particular track, Joanne, I do have Louise Morrissey. So we'll listen to Louise Morrissey singing Slave Namon, and then I'll play you a Declan track after that.
The true love to unfold in the valley of Sleeman. In the valley of Sleeman.
A lovely version of Slave Namon, and that was Louise Morrissey, and that was for Joanne Renton. And as you asked for the Declan Ainger version, which I don't have, I'm going to play a Declan track where he's playing some reels here, and we'll say hello to Sandy in Canada, and that's from Elaine Copeland. So here for you, Sandy, and everyone else that likes Declan, and it's a set of reels. Great selection of reels from Declan Ainger. Great going set. Fantastic playing by Declan. And I'm glad you all enjoyed that one. So time to steady it up a wee bit, and we go for a 4x32 Strathspey. And this comes from Colin Dewar Trio, and it's called Butterscotch and Honey. There we go, a great set from Colin Dewar Trio, and it was a Strathspey, Butterscotch and Honey, and we'll dedicate that one to Anne Smith. What better than a Strathspey played by a teacher? It just doesn't get any better. Anyway, the next request, this is a great tune. Brenda Jones wrote in and said, "Hi Andy, could you please play A Bright Star in Cephas by Phil Cunningham and Ali Bain, or anyone, thanks." Well, I think there is only one person to play it, or two people to play it, and that is Phil and Ali. This is a beautiful song that was composed by Phil, and if I remember rightly, this was in memory of his brother Johnny when he passed away, who was a well-known and a superb fiddler. But here we go with Phil's own composition, A Bright Star in Cephas. Isn't that just lovely? That is A Bright Star in Cephas by Phil Cunningham and Ali Bain, and that was for Brenda Jones. The next track will lift the pace a wee bit, and it's a place that I'm very familiar with, and it's Sandy Nixon and the Scottish Dance Band, who had the pleasure of hearing a few weeks ago. They're going to play for us the Uchter Muchty Gala March. That was Sandy Nixon and the Scottish Dance Band with the Uchter Muchty Gala March. And that brings us just about on time to 7 o'clock, and we'll go across to the Cooper office and we'll hear from Pia.
The Box and Fiddle News with Pia Walker.
Hello everybody, it's the end of August. Doesn't time fly when you're having fun? And I am having fun as I'm currently working on the October bumper startup issue of the Box and Fiddle magazine. I hope you're also looking forward to the start of the club season, which begins in September. But in August, on the 28th, Forfar has a visit from the Incruikshanks Trio, and on the 30th, Paul Anderson will be coming down to Glenrothes to play. Also on the 30th, Sekel has their club night. And then we're into September, which means it's the start of the new club season. And it starts, well, with 3 clubs on the 1st of September. One is Crieff, whose guest artist is the James Coots Scottish Dance Band. And in Rothbury, Alan Small and Gemma Donald will be entertaining you. And then in Turriff will be the Wayne Robertson Duo. Then we go on to the 4th, where Judith Linton will be playing in Arbroath. I do look forward to visit more clubs in the new season, and I'm sure you do as well. So have a great week. Until next week, bye!
Thanks, Will.
The Box and Fiddle News with Pia Walker.
You'd think by now I would know that wee bit's coming. I made up the track. Anyway, that was Pia. Thanks very much, Pia. I hope you've all found something useful in there and find a venue to go and hear some music. So we'll go straight on with Graham Geddes and the Scottish Dance Band with a well-known two-step, Looking for a Partner. Great track from Graham Geddes and his Scottish dance band and the well-known two-step Looking for a Partner. And the next track is a request. It comes from Pat Fraser Lee, and Pat says, "Hi Andy, can we please have the Swans or Creaky? I'm no familiar with that name of tune. Doesn't mean anything to me. I had to check the database. However, Pat, so that you can enjoy a tune, here is a well-known evergreen Highland Cathedral from the Red Hot Chili Peppers." That was Highland Cathedral from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and a great rendition it is too. That was for Pat Fraser Lee. I hope you enjoyed that, Pat. And the next track is from Marian Anderson's Scottish dance band. I found this one earlier on today. I thought that's a great track, so we'll have it in the shindig. And it's called Staircase in Styria. I don't know whether it's a type in there, or whether it's maybe Staircase in Syria, but it's here, Staircase in Styria, maybe. Styria. Marion, if you're listening, send me a wee message, let me know. Anyway, Marion Anderson, Scottish dance band with a great track here. That was Marion Anderson, Scottish dance band with Staircase and Styria. And thank you to Bill and Amanda and Val and everyone who wrote in to let me know that it's Styria and it's a double winding staircase in Graz in Austria. But I'll tell you what, as well as that, it's a great tune. So, moving on with the next request, and it comes from Elizabeth White, and Elizabeth says, "Hi Andy, I'd love to hear Tweed Cayley-Band's Mad March Hare, or if you don't have it, any tune by Graham Mackay, thank you." Well, we've got the Mad March Hare, great tune, and this is for Elizabeth White. I often wonder about this tune. It has an Irish sound to it, but I don't think it's traditional Irish. I believe that it was written by some movie company to accompany a film, so a score writer wrote it, but it's a great tune. So here we go. Graham Mackay with Tweed, his band, Mad March Hare for Elizabeth White. That's a great sound of Tweed, Cayley Band and the Mad March Hare. And Elizabeth herself has come back to me to say that it was written for a British film some years ago. So, hope you enjoyed that, Elizabeth, and everyone who's tuned in. Now, the next track is a request from Robert Kerr, and Robert says, simply Scapa Flow, please. So, I have found Lonely or Lovely Scapa Flow, and to sing it for you is the one and only Derek Hamilton.
You recall, my dear, how once you walked with me across the warm brown hills towards the shining sea, and how we lingered long above the shore to see beloved ships come sailing up the flow. But that was yesterday, and now they come no more among the small green isles where once they lay of yore. So we lingered sadly by an empty shore and shed a tear for lonely Scapa Flow. We saw them proudly anchor as the sun went down, and heard a far-off bugle from the old renown, and over gleaming waters like a bright new town, 1,000 port lights winked on Scapa Flow. But that was yesterday, and now they come no more among the small green isles where once they laid of yore. So we lingered sadly by an empty shore and shed a tear for lonely Scapa Flow. And for a while we walked not on that darkened shore, the winking port lights glint to brave the wave tops o'er, and they are those who came and will return no more. They are asleep in lonely Scapa Flow. But that was yesterday, and now they come no more among the small green isles where once they lay of yore. And so we lingered sadly by an empty shore and shed a tear for lonely Scapa Flow. But that was yesterday, and now they come no more among the small green isles where once they lay of yore. So we lingered sadly by an empty shore and shed a tear for lonely Scapa Flow. And shed a tear for lonely Scapa Flow.
Well, the great voice of Derek Hamilton there with Lonely Scapa Flow, and that was for Robert Kerr. And the next request comes from Hilda Brown. In fact, we've got two requests in a row from two different people asking for two different tracks, but by the same band, so we'll play them back to back. So Hilda, first of all, writes, "Hi Andy, may I have Whistling Rufus by Jimmy Shand? Thank you." Well, of course you can. So for you, Hilda, and everyone tuned in, here is Jimmy Shand and his band with Whistling Rufus. Well, that was Jimmy Shand and his band with Whistling Rufus, and that was for Hilda Brown. I hope you enjoyed that, Hilda. And Marion Mustard wrote in and said, Andy, could you play Lunan Bay by Sir Jimmy Shand, please? Well, we have visited Auchtermuchty earlier on, and we just did it again, so we'll go to Lunan Bay for Marion Mustard with Jimmy Shand, who stayed in Muchty. Well, that was the one and only Jimmy Shand and his band with Lunan Bay, and that was for Marion Mustard. I hope you all enjoyed that. And there was a bit of information there from Amanda, who says that that was the first tune that Jimmy wrote on his way home from a gig, and probably in the early hours of the morning. Well, we're going to have a wee holiday, and the holiday is going to take us to South America, but the players are all Scandinavian chaps, and they were playing in Scotland at the time when this was recorded. It is Mogan's Backyard, Odan Hallis, Ryder Dahl and Soren Bree, and they're going to play a great track composed by Louis Bonfa, if I remember correctly, and it's called Cavaquinho. So you can have a jive round the kitchen to this one. Play this one for Marissa, just in case she's tuned in. I know she likes these kind of ones. A great track from 4 superb Scandinavian musicians. Mogens Backgart, Odan Hallis, Ryder Dahl and Soren Bree playing Cavaquinho in Scotland. I think they were in Shetland when they recorded that. Anyway, moving on to the next track, and it's a request from Cyril Thompson. Hello Andy, could you please play John Stewart and his band, a set of reels please, the Bratach Bana set. If you don't have it, anything by him will do, thanks. And thank you, Cyril, for your kind comments. Well, I do have it, and just forewarning to anyone who's going to sing along, please don't put your own words to this. We all know the versions. But here it is, John Stewart, Scottish dance band with Bratach Bana. Or you can sing the tune, I can sing like Callum Kennedy. That's a great track from John Stewart, the Scottish dance band, with the Bratach Bana, which is a popular dance as well, and that was for Cyril Thompson. Glad you enjoyed that, Cyril. And the next track comes from Gordon Shand and his Scottish dance band, and it's from his album Cayley Round the Steeple, and which is a great album. And here he is with a dance called Sons of the Rock. Great set from Gordon Shand and the Scottish dance band with Sons of the Rock, and that's on his Cayley Round the Steeple CD. A great one it is too. And another great player, here's the Ian Muir Sound with an Eva 3-step. Great track from the Ian Muir sound with an Eva 3-step, and we slow the pace down for a slow air and a waltz, and this comes from Jack Delaney and Ian Peterson. Beautiful track there from Jack Delaney and Ian Peterson, and that was a slow air and a waltz. And the next one, Take the Partners for Canadian Band Dance, and that comes from Matthew McLennan from his album Traditionally Inspired. Great going track this. great set for a Canadian band dance, and that was from Matthew McLennan from his album Traditionally Inspired. And we head over to the west, and we hear from Charlie Kirkpatrick Trio, this time for a set for the Lomond Waltz, and I'm quite sure you'll know the words, so sing along. It's a lovely set of waltzes from Charlie Kirkpatrick Trio. I hope you were all singing along there. And it's time to head from the west over to the east And here is Gavin Piper with the Black Mountain Reel. A great set for the Black Mountain Reel there from Gavin Piper, and we'll follow that with Ian Thompson and his Scottish Dance Band with a great tune, a wee polka called Miss Delia Graham's Polka. I think that was written by Dochie McCallum. But here we are with Ian Thompson Scottish Dance Band with Miss Delia Graham's Polka. Well, that was a great wee set from Ian Thompson and his Scottish Dance Band, and it was Miss Delia Graham's Polka by Dochie McCallum. Great tune that. Well, That nearly brings us to the end, but not quite. We'll maybe fit in another wee track. Here is Ian, no it's not, sorry. It's John Huband and the Tayside Sound with a well-known song with his own inimitable take on it. So here is When You and I Were Young, Maggie, with the John Huband Sound, Tayside Sound. John Huband and the Tayside Sound with When You and I Were Young, Maggie, and that brings us almost to the end of the programme. I'd like to thank you for being with me for the last couple of hours, and I hope you've enjoyed the music and the song. It's been great to have you on board, and I've enjoyed reading your comments and the tunes that you like, the ones that you don't like so much. But anyway, hope you have a great week. Thanks to Susan for the help with the requests during the week. And I'll leave us in the very capable hands of Tom Orr with a set of reels which he calls the finale reels, so it's quite apt. Anyway, thanks again for the last couple of hours. You've given... thanks for the last couple of hours. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. That's what I was trying to say. And I'll leave you with Tom Orr. Until the next time, have a great week and look after yourselves. Take care till next time, folks. All the best for now.